We met on Mutual, on the dating app, and we both just recently got it. Sounds like probably not. We didn't have more than a month, I don't think, probably. First impressions of each other. Well, so we were meeting up at Sonora Grill in Ogden, and she drove around the parking lot about 3 times before we actually saw each other.
I was driving around the block, I saw him, and I knew that it was him, even though we really hadn't met in person yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to go have dinner with this kid.
She tells me she came in tennis shoes in her dress because she just had a temple appointment, but I didn't even notice the tennis shoes just because how beautiful she was. And we were so excited to have dinner and see each other. Our first kiss, she had planned a picnic at the Botanical Gardens in Ogden, and then we decided to go out to Antelope Island, and afterwards we decided to go back to my place and watch a movie. And after the movie I just kind of snuck in and got a kiss,
and I was really surprised. And I had actually never kissed anybody before, so I was probably really bad at it.
No, she was super nervous.
Then I told him that, and then you just kissed me again.
Yeah,
so,
then I kissed her again. So the buying of the ring process, we went to Bellston's in Ogden, and she couldn't decide which ring she wanted. So it boiled down to 3 different rings, and she said, well, why don't we put it all into one? So we did that, and it took a few weeks to be made.
A few long
weeks, yeah. And it was done. She didn't know it was done. I actually had it for a whole day before she knew. And we even went to dinner and watched a movie, and it was sitting in my backpack right next to us the whole time.
I thought I was gonna know when you had it.
Yeah, she didn't know. So, yep, and then the next day we proposed.
Jason planned a surprise for the proposal. I kind of knew what was happening a little bit.
Yeah.
He stopped at my work in the afternoon and got my car keys and took my car away. But then we picked up dinner from Sonora Grill because that was where our first date was.
Yeah.
So we picked up dinner. We drove up here to the valley and stopped at my house so I could go to the bathroom. And then he asked me if I wanted to go get Snowies before we had dinner.
At your grandparents'
At my
house.
grandparents, because they lived next door. And I was like, yeah, sure, Snowies. Because I kind of knew at this point.
Yeah. And you can kind of see the lights from across the way.
I could kind of see the lights. So we drove over and he had it all strung with lights and pictures and rose petals on the ground and a bouquet of flowers.
I was super nervous. Like, I knew there wasn't good, like, we were so happy, right? But I was so nervous. And we were standing in her grandparents' backyard, and I just told her that I loved her and all the things that we wanted to talk about for forever, and just how much I loved her. And then I was like, are you ready for this? And then I did it. Just got down on one knee.
I said yes.
Yes.
And we got to see the ring in person because we had no idea what it was going to look like.
Yeah.
They sketched us a picture in the store.
That was all we got.
So, yeah. One of my favorite qualities about Jason is that he's super thoughtful all the time with literally everything. He always thinks of every detail and he plans things and he's just super caring.
Yeah, and one of my favorite qualities about Olivia is that she's super caring and she doesn't want anybody to feel like they're not cared for or loved. And I really appreciate that.
One thing I'm really looking forward to being married is just having you by my side forever.
Yeah.
We get to do everything together.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's also a big thing for me as well, just having you by my side for forever and doing all the things we want together. And just going through life and figuring out all the things we need to, and having a family someday and just being so happy.